Welcome back for this return visit to Elmdon Airport and the old Elmdon Airport Hotel. Now, when you make a video such as this, you inevitably end up with what they call outtakes. And during the filming of our most recent video, Passport to the Past, there was a fair few of them. So we thought you may like to see some of those outtakes from Passport to the Past. A video that was long in the making and at times, as you will see, very, very frustrating to try and get filmed. But having seen how it's been received on YouTube, well, I'm fairly happy with it now. Some of the outtakes you may find interesting, some even mildly amusing maybe. We'd like to think so anyway. There's some behind the scenes footage included too. I would also like to thank two very special people without who the videos wouldn't even make it to the screen. You see, I just do the easy bit, well, most of the time, talking to the camera. That's Lucy Holland, who has done a superb job in editing the videos in recent years, and my long-standing and very best friend, Mr. Keith Hale, Timeslip 9, who for years has been looking after the YouTube side of things for me. I'll be honest, I wouldn't have a bloody clue. So thank you, both of you. And finally, to what will almost certainly be for the last time, I hope you enjoy watching the video. It's been a lot of fun. Take care of yourselves. Now, outtakes normally fall into 4 or 5 main categories. There are the times when you basically just forget your lines. The old letterbox, post box. It says here, Tuesday, the next collection. I wonder when the last time anybody collected anything from this letterbox. Postbox, 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 get it right. The building behind me here is certainly that. In the Art Deco style, it's the original control tower and terminal that once formed, supplied. That word's gone. The word's gone. Served. There are clues to that history that still survive to this day. This battle HQ and bunker is situated, not situated, located. I'm still getting it wrong. The moments when you turn yourself into a gibbering idiot. Being break in there. Great. The Great British. In the Art Deco style, it's the original. Welcome to a very different looking video for 2020. They say you should never work with children or animals. But when it came to having Bertie the Westie along occasionally during filming, well, he was just an absolute delight. You ready, Bert? Are you looking out the window at the airport? Off we go then. And then there's always the Great British weather to contend with. You, who in your thousands have been watching the videos we produced, say over the last 12 to 18 months. And some of the lovely comments you've left on them too. I've actually been spraying fake rain on the windscreen, and on cue, it's now bloody rainy. The trials and tribulations of filming outside. Now the first thing I've come across is this lovely old postbox. And if we look here, the next collection is on Tuesday. So today's a Monday. So yeah, I'm still in with the chance. Not with this wind blowing, I'm not. Come back up here and listen to it. It's like it knows I'm here. And I've come up because I looked out the window and it was lovely. And I thought, right, let's go and do this. The breeze wasn't too bad. And I park up in the car park. There I am. And very occasionally, the damn right bizarre. But as they say, that's another story. Tin can, which I'll nail right now. While you're bored waiting for the shots. I would like to think I'm too much of a gentleman to point out why this scene never made it into the finished video. So we'll leave it up to you, the viewer, to identify the reason it was deemed visually unsuitable. Now, I would be too embarrassed to admit just how many actual attempts were made in trying to get this scene filmed. My idea for it being to capture one of the many jet airliners taking off in the background while I attempted to deliver the main passport to the past introduction to camera. And although eventually I managed in one take to get all the right words in the right place at the right time without interruption, without me fluffing my lines, unfortunately it was also without the jet airliner. C'est la vie. Challenging to say the least through January. Now when you're outside on location making a video and it really is no bad reflection on the unsuspecting individuals involved, I can guarantee you that 99% of the time you should always expect the unexpected. That's a squirrel, that is, you can hear, just above my head. Hope he's got his own nuts. For 35 years. And back then, I used to use an old Super 8 Cinefilm camera. This Cinefilm camera. I'll have that crow shot in a minute. That had been built to replace this one. And it had this wonderful, futuristic looking maglev magnetic rail system. And it would bring the terminal lorries, cars, crows, helicopters, snow, rain, hail. And then you get the moments that I call outside influences, where you really don't know that something's going to happen. Whoa! Oh my God. Something like that. And when everyday traffic becomes problematic. Oh well, it's the only interruption today. Can't complain. Honestly. Oh. Very different looking video from yours truly for 2020, the filming of which has proved challenging to say the least. Cars I can put up with, not lorries and tractors. Right, if I move it round, you'll see what the problem is. At least that tarmacking machine now, that's been running its generator for about an hour, is moving, as is all this stuff. It's going to take him a while to clear out the way, but it's just like a humming noise. It's like a humming generator noise. I think they're just keeping the asphalt warm so they can use this afternoon. I think he's going back to Hanger Road. I certainly hope so, to finish what they were doing earlier. But this wonderful 1960s Birmingham Airport Guide booklet can. It has motorbike. If we look at this old black and white photograph here, tooting of the horn. And filming proved to be just as challenging during my return visit. And to the end, everyday traffic becomes problematic. Another very famous World War II aeroplane. And that aeroplane was the FedEx aeroplane. One of the most challenging aspects when filming Passport to the Past was trying not to show any modern day traffic, and this is a perfect example, having to hold back before driving into view, and in this case in a 1963 Wolseley 1500, and of course that's the shot you see in the finished video. Another problem encountered was camera mount vibration, and in this case caused unintentionally by others using the footbridge during the filming of the opening sequence to Passport to the Past Take 2. If I had to single out one constant feature that became a real headache during filming, and there were several contenders by the way, it would have to be the weather, and in particular the strong gusts of wind blowing across the airfield, resulting in many hours of filming being completely unusable. despite some desperate measures taken to try and remedy this. Bit more firepower, or should I say weight. Let's see if we can crack this bloody thing. There we go. Now this may look familiar. It's part of the opening sequence to Passport to the Past, where I directly drive up to and then park up outside of the original Elmdon Airport terminal building in a 1960 Singer Gazelle 3A. Something that was only visually achieved by using some good old-fashioned camera trickery. As previously mentioned, I really appreciated being given the opportunity to get a little bit closer with the camera, as usually the terminal building itself is fenced off and out of bounds. Oh yes, camera trickery. What you didn't see was yours truly reversing into position and then driving forward from the short distance available to complete the illusion. Not everything you see on screen is quite what it seems. So here's how a scene is created. Firstly, I'm filmed looking up at a non-existent aeroplane flying overhead. Then the sound for the non-existent aeroplane is added. Before finally converting the scene into black and white for visual effect. You know, it only seems like yesterday I was here filming those scenes, when actually it was way back in January. I've said this before, time flies. Talking of flying, I'm about to fly off in that direction. A short distance to a location that, like Elmdon Airport itself with its Lancaster bomber connection, has the history of manufacturing another very famous World War II aeroplane. And that aeroplane was the Spitfire. Sorry about that, it's that way. Now to pay a fitting tribute to the legendary fighter aircraft that helped win the Battle of Britain, for the finale of this video I needed to find a suitable location, and I had the very place in mind. This is the award-winning Sentinel, a sculpture by Tim Tolkien, great nephew of J.R.R. Tolkien of Lord of the Rings fame, and located on Spitfire Island near Birmingham in the West Midlands. Standing at 16 metres high and with its 3/2 scale Spitfire soaring skyward, it's a powerful visual acknowledgement of the 11,939 Spitfires, more than half the grand total built, that were manufactured at the adjacent Castle Bromwich factory between 1940 and 1945. Many years ago, my late father had told me about there being small Spitfire propellers adorning the old front gates outside the Castle Bromwich factory itself. Now the home of Jaguar manufacturing, and on a recent visit, having never seen the propellers before, I was pleased to find they were still on site, proudly standing guard. Thank you to Jaguar Land Rover for allowing the filming and photography. Now, no Gary Lewis video would be complete without some music, and this one Well, it's no exception, and it continues the link with historical aviation. And don't worry, I'm not about to start singing. So to play us out, it's the Tongue and Groove Big Band with Ron Goodwin's 1969 theme music for the film Battle of Britain. Come fly with me, let's fly away. If you can use something